talking about love in action and service as a way of self-transformation. Such a beautiful topic. I don't know who come up with that topic, but very beautiful, really. Love in action and service as a way of self-transformation. So I will just present the topic a little bit tonight, about the life as a service. Right, Swamiji? Tonight is the idea is why we would dedicate our life for service to others. Okay? So Swami Sivananda in his book Bliss Divine on the topic on life, he says something very nicely about life. He says that life is, first he say, life is a school. Then he say, the salt of life is selfless service. I mean, if you don't put salt in your food, it's very bland. So, but the salt of life, I mean, that makes life interesting is selfless service. The bread of life is universal love. The bread, that means, you know, if you eat the food and there's no carbohydrates, no bread, no substance, yeah, and you feel something missing. The universal love is the bread of life. Life is not fully lived. Life has not been fully realized if you do not serve and love the entire humanity. Okay? The secret of true life is in the love of God and the service of humanity. Humanity as an expression of the universe, expression of the divine. So live to help others. So some people, they lose the meaning of life and feel that they don't know why they live. And at that time, the advice is do selfless service to somebody. And sometimes we say, oh, you know, I have nobody to to serve. You know, I don't know anybody to serve. But that's the wrong thing at the first place. When you serve, you just serve. That's called selfless service. You serve indiscriminately, either a person you like, person that you know, or the person that you don't like, or the complete stranger. So he said, that's why he said the entire humanity. So live to help others. The divine power will stream through you as life-giving force. So he said, you know, if you serve others, then there is a divine energy that comes to you. Okay? So sometimes we say, oh, you know, I have no energy for myself. So how do I have, you know, I have no time for myself. I have no energy for myself. So how can I serve others? But that's another wrong thinking. Because when you serve others, at that time you have the energy. The divine energy comes to you. Because at that time you become the instrument of God. So God will give you the energy. And then if you say that, oh, you know, I have no time for myself. So that is the wrong thinking, because there is no separate self. Okay? The more that you think that there is a separate self, the more you get entangled in all the problems of that separate self. But the more that you can put your energy outward toward other people that you serve, put yourself as the instrument of service, then the more your own problem can be solved. How this work? Mysteriously, how it works? How can by service of others we'll be helping ourselves? Because we said normally, we say I have to take the time to solve my problem out. I have to take the time to for survival or for my family. But if you serve others selflessly without thinking of yourself, it opens your heart and elevate your consciousness, because you do this, with no sense of ego, without egoism, so no calculation, no selfish motives. So that is a pure, beautiful act that will open your heart, elevate your consciousness. And when you elevate your consciousness, then you are not going to be inclined to look at your neighbor or look at your own problem. Yeah, then your problem automatically will be solved because you change your consciousness and you open your heart. Okay? It's something that we need to contemplate about. When we feel weak, when we don't feel that we have energy, this is the time to give energy to others. It's the exact opposite of what you think. Okay? Because when you feel self-pity, when you think of yourself and you feel self-pity, I have this, I have that, I don't have this, I don't have that. So your consciousness is very limited, and then you become very how say that? Yeah, limited. You become limited. You have self-pity, you become limited. At that time, by the fact of giving, you become generous. Also then, you become generous. Instead of thinking of yourself, you think of the generosity of the divine, of God, that is taking care of everybody. So at that time, you place yourself as the instrument. Okay? But the attitude needs to be correct. So that's why we will talk about that this whole weekend. If you don't have the right attitude, then the problem is that you lose more energy because you don't have the right attitude. So you have to have the right attitude of serving selflessly the divine. And the divine has many names and many forms, and it's huge. Yeah? So if you put yourself at service, then you have energy. So I remember one time, long time ago, I've been in this ashram for 25 years, but I was in the San Francisco Center for about 6 years in San Francisco. And, at the center, we always want to have students to teach, because we have the whole programs of classes and courses and beginners courses and meditation courses. And this center in San Francisco has a lot of rooms for residents and so on. And I noticed something very strange. That's my learning experience. I noticed sometimes people don't come to class. We have courses and we have open classes. I've noticed sometimes people don't come to class. The center is kind of shrinking. People don't come to class. And no resident application, kind of like this. And the center is there in the city to really serve the population there in the city. And, we count on donation of people that come for classes and courses to pay a huge rent. So it's not just it's a survival of the center basically. That means the center has a mission to teach people. That's the reason of existence, and also in order to do that, you have to sustain this huge location. So then I start to notice that my heart has shrunk. Yeah, something in my heart. You have to learn to get in touch with your heart, your soul, not the physical heart. Okay, the physical heart all the time pumping, but it's not that. It's something else. So I start to notice that when there are no students, something happened with me. My heart has shrunk. I have closed the door of my heart. I become very comfortable in my life. Yeah. And I lost that that sense that I want to serve others. I lost the sense that I want to put my life to serve others. Because, to serve others is difficult, right? Because you have to adjust to people. People are very demanding, and they want this, they want that, and you have to bend, and you have to bend backward and sideward and try to fit into people's needs. And then you have to, hardly have time to eat, and then you to sleep, and then you have to worry and the whole thing. So sometimes you feel quite comfortable in your life. You don't need people. You forgot people, and you forgot your sense of mission. You don't need people. The door closes. And miraculously, somehow, the people that are unknown, no name, no form, the whole city, they know that the door of the teacher, the main teacher of the center, the door of her heart has closed up. So they don't come, they don't show up. So the moment that I noticed that, you know how it's fast. You have to notice that. And then I open my heart again. You know how it works. You know how to do that? Is it a key in your heart or something? Or a secret number that you have to push, the button? You know that. There must be, okay? But we kind of, sometimes, we close the door, we throw the keys away, or we forget the number, to open our heart. So I did this miraculously, the realization is fast, and then the opening, the switching of your consciousness of yourself, put yourself again ready to be in service to others. I mean, you have to put yourself down. Okay, people in our language say something very wrong. They say, "I don't want to be a how do you say? People say, I don't want to be a doormat. Yeah, I don't want to be a doormat for people to step on. It's an honor to be a doormat." It's an honor to be a doormat for people to step on, to be of service. If the doormat can help people to clean their shoes, very good. Yeah, because our lives sometimes are so isolated. We are so lonely, so isolated in our comfort home, in our own space. Everything limited, everything very delineated. And this is me. This is the world. I don't care about the world. This is me. This is mine. This is me. This is mine. Yeah. So that is our world. This is our consciousness, our life. And then we suffer. The problem is we're not happy when we live to ourselves. We're not happy. We suffer from isolation. We suffer from depression. We suffer from lack of meaning. We suffer from every day looking at ourselves and get very tired of ourselves. You know, ourselves has always the same problem. We rehearse always the same problem. It's no fun. Yeah. But if you put yourself in the service of others, you know, something miracle happen. Yeah, that means the life of others become alive. It's enrich your life. Yeah. And you feel yourself in the flow of life, and your life also then has meaning. So I have done that many times. The way how I learn yoga is experimental. I read a lot of books. I listened to a lot of satsang from Swami Sivananda and Swami Vishnudevanji and many books of others. And I know the theory, but unless you practice it, you don't really know. Okay? So from my own experience, I start to see, oh, the center is closed, my heart is closed. I open my heart, people coming in. So strange. I knock on the door and they come in. Yeah. And one time, the students said, oh, Swami Sita, you know, we want to give you a break. They want to be the selfless servant. Okay. And because they don't, they see I'm serving, and then now this time they want to be the servant. And they say, okay, now we're going to send you on a forced vacation. This is a true story. We send you on a forced vacation. So one of the students has a beautiful house, like a mansion. So I got to stay in a mansion. And then, you know, of course, my feeling of responsibility, and, you know, and I wonder how they're going to manage the center, you know. And but with their great intention, you know, everyone want to put the energy and want to make the center to work and give to the Swami a break and so on. So I went and I enjoyed my life in that mansion. And then what happened? Yes. After a few days, what happened? They quarrel with each other. Because it's not easy to be in service to humanity. What's that? Humanity. No name, no form, humanity. It's not easy. Yeah. Because we have our likes and dislikes, and our mind, and our conditions, and our ego, and our sense of what we want and what we don't want. And then, you know, with the real enthusiasm in the beginning, finding good, but then after, you hit the real thing. You hit the real obstacles. And the obstacles are our own ego, our own limitation that were built up since a very long time. And then they call me back. I don't know. Actually, I don't remember, but I think my vacation is 3 or 4 days, something like that. So, experimentally try to do that. Try to selflessly serve people and see how you feel. Right? Small act of gentle kindness, anonymous, and do it and see how you feel. And see at the time how you feel when your heart closed. When you start to complain, when you start to point finger, when you start to compare, when you start to think that I'm, you know, better than this job, I'm better than this person, and I'm worse than this person, and then why I have to do this, and you complain to God, why this, will you put me in this, and then you start to have self-pity. When all these thoughts come, you have to notice you are not happy. So then at that time, go and do a selfless action. It's a miracle. When you are pouting and you become depressed, get out of your place and go and just do something simple. Bring a cup of water to somebody. Say, hello, how are you today? Sincerely, yeah, and help something. Do dishes, or, you know, wash the toilet, or, whatever. Pick up the trash on the road, do something for others. Then you see, you feel all of a sudden you're full, you feel very good, and you have some connection to life again. Okay? We say, live to help others. Your life meaning is to help others. Your life meaning is not to live alone and enjoy your senses. That's not it. The divine power will stream through you as a life-giving force. The more you give out, the more you have prana. Okay? So that is another mystery. The more you give out, the more you have prana. The more you are selfish, the more you lose prana. You get that? Life force. Study the lives of saints and draw inspiration from them. So at the end of this weekend retreat, we have Swamini that she will talk about the lives of saints. I'm looking forward to this because there are a lot of saints that exist. Okay, and you see how they serve. So cultivate a melting heart. Okay, don't make your heart too hard. Okay, you need to be soft. Okay, the giving hand. Okay, your hand, instead of taking like this, you need to give out. The kind speech. We cultivate because it's not coming to us easily. So we have to cultivate the kindly speech, the life of service. Okay, so feel that your life has a meaning because you are at service. Equal vision. Equal vision means not going to extremes and not likes and dislikes. A balanced state of mind. An impartial attitude. Impartial means you are not going to favor somebody. Like you serve food, you favor your friend, give your friend more food. And people that you don't like so much, less food. You can do things like that. Yeah, it's like you love somebody more, you love somebody less, like this. All the time, that's what we do. Okay, but he said impartial attitude. Your life will indeed be blessed. Okay? So, the motto of Swami Sivananda is serve, love, give, purify, meditate. Your journey will take you into a new realm of infinite bliss. That journey of love and of service. You will discover shining treasures. Because you have a lot of treasure in your heart, but you forget. You will rediscover the divine within your heart. You will be strong. You will be healthy. You'll be free. You'll be nice. You'll be happy. You'll be peaceful. Right? You will inspire and bless all those lives you touch. Okay? So you want to be helping people, purify your heart. You purify your heart, and then you would inspire other people. Means uplift other people. So derive joy from daya. Daya means compassion. Okay? Derive joy from dana. Dana means giving. Okay? So you gave with the true spirit of service, then it is compassion. Lead a simple life, lead a regulated life, and lead a hard life. Okay? So, a difficult life is helping you to all the time lift yourself up and to be grateful for what you receive. But a comfortable life would bring you to laziness, complacency, tamas, and then the pulling down kind of thoughts, tamasic thoughts, and attachment, and um, what else? And yeah, closeness of heart. Lead a hard life. Okay? The more that you work hard, actually you keep yourself high. Okay? When you work hard, if you become selfish, then you pull yourself down. Take hold of each day as if it were the last day, and utilize every second in prayer, meditation, and service. So for Swami Sivananda, who is a great Karma Yogi, meditation and service and prayer come together. So he never really think of meditation to be separated from service. Meditation is service, service is meditation. Okay? Action in meditation in action. That's what he's teaching. Let your life become a continuous sacrifice to God. Okay? So he put the word here, the sacrifice, the doormat idea. Remember? The sacrifice. And you need to sacrifice your life. And it's a greatest honor to be able to do so. Yeah? To be helpful, to be useful, and to be to have the opportunity of giving yourself out. It's a great honor. So understand well the meaning of life, and then start the quest. Life is thy greatest gift. So utilize every second profitably. Okay? So see others as yourself, see others as your own self, and serve others as your own self, and your life will become meaningful. So that's it. That's the teaching of Swami Sivananda, from my own experience of discovering how other people and how the service of other people actually is your lifeblood. And you know, and how it elevates you, it gives you everything. You know? And sometimes you get into this doubt, yeah, because it's not like all the time you are a saint, you know. Sometimes you get into the doubt, you know, why this and why that, and why I have to answer the phone when I want to have a break, you know. And then self-pity and blame. Blame others, you become difficult with others. So then your service is not anymore a joy. And you do it with a frown in the face and with, you know, criticism at the tip of your tongue. And at that time you lose the joy of service. So you have to renew yourself by checking in. You know, checking in again. What's my motivation? What's my laziness? How How did it come? What do I do now to wake up? I just fall asleep again. And it's not really, I'll talk about that tomorrow, but it's not really what you do. It's not really what you do. It's the intention with which you do it that make the difference. It's the attitude that is so essential to Karma Yoga, to that selfless service. And people that have a near-death experience, when they die, and then they didn't die, they go to other rim, and then their karma did not finish, and they come back, and they all testify that before they live, actually, they have a survey of their life. Yeah, it's come like a flash, like a movie screen. And they see all the different, episodes of their life, and they see how they act selfishly, and how, and then they recall all this, and then they learn that one lesson. And many people that die that have that experience is it's not the big accomplishment that counts, but it is the kind act of selfless service, anonymous. How do you say that? A random act of kindness. This random act of kindness out of pure heart. Yeah, these are very precious. It counts. At the end of your life, you do the account. Yeah. What did I do? What did I accomplish my goal? Did I progress? And it's all count in terms of how much that you have been selfless and how much that you have been selfish. Okay? So selfless service is not for other people. It's for your own self-transformation. It's for your own salvation. So actually you need to thank other people to give you the opportunity to do service. Yeah? And you need to thank other people to give you the opportunity to be patient. Is it not? Because you become impatient, you become difficult, and that's how it works. You have to be grateful, open your heart again, have love in your heart again, and then everything is flowing nicely. You make your life much better. You become a nicer person, a gentler person, and joy is there in your heart. Yeah, you're not how say that? When you become difficult, how say that? Is a word grouchy. Grouchy. See, I know English. You become grouchy. That means complaining, There's 10,000 things to complain. Every day there's 10,000 things to complain. Our mind is expert in finding fault. Okay. Hare Om Tat Sat. So thank you. Anybody has any question or commentary? Where many people from Taiwan, many people from Vietnam, anybody from Japan, I'm not sure. So this whole talk has been translated and everything is okay. I talk fast. Were you able to translate? Yeah? Okay, everything is okay. Thumbs up. Okay. So we are here. It's like miracle here. We are sitting here with the fountain. We hear the fountain. We have the background. It's a real tree. Yeah,
That's exactly.
real nice tree that we planted, and it's also growing so big. And then one side here is a bamboo, one side is a Krishna temple, and it's beautiful. And earlier than between the branch of trees, I see Jupiter shining. Okay, but now no more. Mm. It's a beautiful night. It's a beautiful moment to share with you all. Mm. And we conclude. We go to bed, and the Asia people they go to work. We go to bed. They go to work. So the prayer is on page 80. 80 is a prayer for everything. For everything. For health, for peace, for alleviation of disease, alleviation of suffering, for healing, and for liberation. Okay? Om